Hey guys, it's Nico Fry Games here. Welcome back to the channel. There has been a lot of activity with Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today there has been a new airplane that has arrived in the Sim Market store. It's not going to be on the Microsoft store yet, but it is the MD-11, which is the McDonnell Douglas MD-11, which is a large wide body airplane with the famous three engines and the one on the tail, which looks amazing. And this airplane has been in the works for quite some time, but it has finally reached the marketplace. And just from just on its initial review, or on the way it looks really, really, really solid on the outside. From my point of view, the paint looks a little bit too it looks way too metally, if that's even a thing. But I feel like it should be more of a clear coat of paint instead of metal or too shiny. But that's just from my point of view, and it just looks absolutely fantastic on the outside. The wings are pretty good. The engines look absolutely amazing. And as you can see, oh, we guess we gotta start up the airplane first in order to see the wing movements or the flight control surfaces, primary and secondary flight flight controls. Now let's look on the inside of the airplane. As you can see, it looks really, really good. We can actually open the windows over here, which is a really cool feature that most planes don't have. You can open up both of them, open and close them. Close this one as well. Right here, as we can see, we got the microphones up here for the pilots. And then right here, oh, come on. Guess we can't touch that. We can touch this one though. These are the screen shaders, just in case it's too sunny. Then we got these ones right here, which are really cool. Touch that. And then right here, the armrest can come up and down, which is really cool. Oh. And on the throttles, there's the three throttles for the three engines. These can actually move. Here's the flap handle lever, the speed brake lever, auto brake. We can switch to minimum, medium, and maximum for auto brake. Here's the anti-skid button, the auxiliary pump. Here's our trim for our pitch. Here's our parking brake. Here's our engine, our fuel cutoffs on 1, 2, 3 engines. Then engine starters, we got these buttons right here. Here is the dial A flap. Gear horn, we can turn it on or off. Then our yoke visibility. Here's all of our VHF frequencies right here. HF, cab, ident, you can't press any of these, so that's kind of a shame. You can press this right here if you want to. Here's our ECAS engine button, our ECAS button, electric button, air, fuel, configuration, miscellaneous, status. Here's our lower displays right here, upper display. Don't know what these do. Here's our other comm buttons right over here, and our knob right here. And here's some more frequency frequency knobs right here. You can press these as well. You can't press that. WX radar, so this is our radar. You can't touch any of those. That's kind of disappointing. Here's our aileron trim and our rudder trim. Here is our data printer. Paper, empty, full. You can't really read these on the bottom. That's kind of disappointing as well. What about back here? Here's some more comms for the flight engineer in the back. There's our oxygen mask right there as well. Here's our bag. And here's our deploy flight pad, which we turn this on right here. We can go to here. We can do freighter configuration and passengers. The MD-11 also comes with passenger variations as well. This package comes with the freighter and the passenger variants. That you can both have the General Electric or Pratt & Whitney engines if you want to. You can update medium, full. You can mess with the fuel as well. Then we go back. We can actually add cargo doors. We can mess with the cargo doors, the radome, door R1 and L1. You can do the engines as well. And you can do all the cargoes as well. And then the gear doors. So as you can see, you can pretty much open it up all the way. So you can see the inside of the engines right here. That's really cool. That's a really good feature that I think no other developer has come out with yet. Then here's all of our cargo right here. Open doors. There's the radome for our radar. Our landing gear doors are opened. And then this also comes down as well. And looks like the elevators do that as well. That's kind of weird. But yeah, that just looks kind of weird. But I don't know if that's 100% accurate. Someone leave a comment in the description below to tell me if that is actually accurate as well, because I'm not too sure. Then we got the rear and front cargo doors right here as well, so you can pretty much fill it to the brim with cargo. Back to the cockpit. We're going to close all these as well. Engine, 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 and gear doors. Come on. There we go. Go back. We actually can pull up the cargo loader. 1, 2, and 3. Chocks and cones. Which is really cool. Oh, they're all coming up. There we go. That looks really cool. That's actually one of the coolest features about this airplane. I'm not too sure about the passenger variant, but I'm pretty sure the passenger variant has these as well. So that's really cool. Now if we take those off, we can actually take these off since we're about to take off. Cones, take those off. Afterloader, get rid of those, and they're all gone. And pretty much the autopilot does work, but it's a little difficult to maintain. Not the altitude version, but the heading version. You have to constantly select the heading, keep clicking it instead of turning it, and then it automatically goes to the heading you select. So that's kind of a pain. Then here's all of our data, WP, traffic, minimums, barometric pressure, set that. Here's our floodlights. landing gear level right here. That works. Here's your backup altimeter, our attitude indicator. Press here to adjust rudder pedals. We can't even do that. So autopilot does work. Then up here we got all of our electric power, our pumps, hydraulic systems go right here. Here is our fuel and hydraulic off. So these are our fire agent bottles or anti-fire levers right here for the engines. So if an engine, one engine is on fire, you can press one of these levers and it cuts off hydraulics, fuel, and what else? Hydraulics, fuel, and anything that is flammable, it cuts it off from that engine so the engine fire can get put out. Then here is our cargo fire indicators right here. So that's really cool. You can actually test these if you want to. Oh, oh, looks like they were just tested. Here's our nav, IRS, on or off, nav. Oh, you can put all the, okay, wait. RS1, RSA, IRS, IRS. Okay, so these are our IRS knobs over here. Here's our cargo temperature. We can make it cold or hot if we want to. Here's our lift switch cover for the generator bus fault reset for ground use only, so you can only use it on the ground. Here's our engine ignition stuff right here. Here's our FADEC modes over here. Ignition, so you can actually ignite the engines from right here. Here's the fuel dump. And here are all of our pumps right here to all the tanks. Here's our auxiliary tank, tail tank. Man, we have a lot of fuel tanks on board. Here's our anti-icing systems right here. And here's our windshield anti-icing systems right here. Cargo door test. Fuel use reset. Engine main pointer reset. I don't know what that means. Here's our windshield wipers as well. Here are all of our lights down here. Our overhead backlighting, panel and pedestal backlighting, thunderstorm on or off, our cabin lighting on or off, and then our other windshield wiper as well. So it's pretty in-depth and detailed airplane that I've seen. It could look a little better, but it's okay. So let us start the engines and see how it sounds. Let's see if we can get wing views too. So we do have wing views, okay. So here are our wing views as well. They look pretty decent. Looks like engine number 1 has just started. Engine number 2 is starting. There we go. The tail engine is started. Not too bad, actually. Alright, here we go. Then let's turn on beacon light. Nav light on. There we go. And here we go. Most of our engines have stabilized, so we are almost ready to taxi. Actually, we're ready to taxi now. Here we go. Now we gotta back it out. Here we go. Ground services. Pushback. Here we go. Now let's lower some flaps. There we go. We got our takeoff flaps on. Up, down, left, right. Here we go. We're backing off right now. Getting ready to take off. If you guys just want to skip to the takeoff scene, go ahead.
Taipei ground EVA Air 1123 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left. EVA Air 1123, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Still, the engine sounds are pretty amazing so far.
Taipei ground EVA Air 1123 requesting the end of pushback. EVA Air 1123 request to end pushback received.
And it actually taxis pretty quickly. And it's pretty smooth and easy to handle. Here we go. We're almost to the runway. Here we go. Alright, test the flight controls before you take off. Alright, full throttle. Oh boy. Luckily they're taking off in the other direction. Alright, V1. Rotate. Here we go. Gear up. Flaps up. Too bad. So sad. We have now taken off. And it sounds okay. The engine sounds, but I feel like the louder noises should be in the back. That's the only complaint I have about it. And the only thing bad about this aircraft right now is the elevator trim is really weird when you activate the autopilot. And the autopilot isn't the best right now, but I feel like if they do some more updates on the autopilot, make it a little bit more user-friendly and more efficient, I believe this is going to be a great airplane to have. Ooh. And I think the airplane responds to the controllers way too quickly. I feel like it should be more smooth, a little bit slower, but not too slow. But so far, a very nice aircraft to have in your collection. Now there is a MD-10 or a DC-10 that's coming out pretty soon, and is going to be free. And I heard it's very study level aircraft. So if they can pull the free DC-10 off pretty well, and it's free, man, we got some competition in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But so far, this plane handle is very good. You just got to be more careful on how to fly in turn without going too fast. So I'm going to go back into the cockpit and do a quick overview of this airplane, tell you the pros and cons about it, and tell you if it's worth getting it or not. So, alright, so just a quick overview of this airplane, the pros and cons about it. The pros is it's very highly detailed on the outside. The autopilot works. Very highly detailed on the inside of the cockpit. Great wing views, easy to taxi, but the cons about this is the elevator trim is a little weird when you're activating the autopilot. It may be a little too sensitive for the for flying, like aileron rolls and stuff like that. And then maybe change the paint schemes up a little bit more. Maybe don't make it look too metallic-y, or make it look less metal and more paint. And it's currently in the sim marketplace for $57. From my point of view, that's a little bit too expensive. The only two planes that have reached that price tag, or three I should say, is the PMDG 737, 700 and 800 version, and the Mad Dog MD-80. But other than that, it's a pretty nice aircraft to have if you like nice big airplanes, or long haulers if you want. Leave a comment down below, like and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about the new MD-11 that has come out for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is it too expensive for you? Is it worth the buy for right now? Leave me a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.